right, good morning, everybody. How are you? Welcome in. Hello, hello, and welcome to February 3rd. I just want to let you guys know that Charlie and Maisie are with us. So you guys have sent all these little notes to me. Where's Charlie? Where's Charlie? Charlie and Maisie are both with us. And so that's why we drove down here to allow them to be with us. It's been super fun so far, coming down the whole East Coast. And here we are in the warm. So, wishing you warmth as well. Let's see what's going on. Some of you are asking about the dream class. Yes, there's still space in the dream class if you want to join up and figure out what's going on with your dreams. I've had some crazy dreams this week. A lot of dreams about houses and different things. And my friend Sherry, who's doing the class with me, has some great information for you if you're trying to figure out what's going on. All right, so that's happening next week. And let's see, the other thing was the spiritual business class is happening again in March. I'm going to teach you exactly how I built what I have here on YouTube and on other platforms and how we do what we do. And hopefully that answer all of your questions. Okay? All right. So that's going to happen in March. There's a link below for that too. So let's see where we go today. Those of you who are on the Thursday live, we did them on Wednesday this week. So I hope you were there. I hope you were there. All right. How can this be a wonderful win-win-win? There are no wrong turns. That showed up the other day, didn't it? Your great wave awaits. All right. So I feel like I'm walking this path with you right now. I definitely feel aligned with a lot of the messages that are coming through. So I'm just saying that to you because this does feel like if you're feeling like there's a lot going on that is sort of out of your control, okay, right? There's a lot of releasing that needs to be done. There's a lot of like decompressing. And, you know, if you're ruminating, if you're having trouble sleeping, if you're doing things like that, this is about shifting into the energy of what am I learning here? Why is this occurring and how can I turn it into something that is a positive for me? Ruminating and bringing yourself into that lower vibration really is tough. And hey, been there today, in fact. So you definitely want to try and shift yourself out of that as quickly as you can. You don't want to sit there too long. Feel the feeling and shift out of it if you can. All right. And I think this is kind of the reason why some of us get into this place is that we're so afraid of making a mistake. And, you know, I think that we can look back at our lives and look at other situations that we've had and we've gone, ooh, geez, if I just didn't do that, then wouldn't things have turned out better? Well, number one, you don't know that, okay? Because you didn't do that, you don't know that. And number two, you are here right now because of a lot of twists and turns. And there are two things going on, right? You have free will, things you can control, and then you have destiny and fate, things that are supposed to show up in your life because of the contracts you've made, because of the reason you're here is not really to kind of sit back on a chaise lounge and, you know, smoke a cigarette or do whatever you want. It's really not supposed to be like that for the whole time. You're supposed to be learning, you're supposed to be growing, you're supposed to be, you know, expressing yourself in new ways and stretching yourself and, you know, having all different kinds of energy because once you do have all of those experiences, then you are a help to the rest of us because you're bringing us the things you've learned from those situations. Okay, so we need you. We need you to work through anything that's going on. And anytime you feel like you made a mistake, instead just sit down and go, you know what have I learned from this? And try to move into a place of appreciation, gratitude, right? You know, my mother used to say, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. And it always really could have been. So give yourself a break. What's coming up is your great wave awaits. So think about that too. There is this beautiful energy this year. I've been talking about this for a while, I think it's April I've been talking about with the Great Awakening. And I will talk more about that. I'll make some more videos specifically about that. Some of you have asked for some meditation videos. I'm going to do things around that. And still take some time for a little R&R down here. So my apologies to you if we're not quite posting as often, but I want to let you know that when I'm in my mode of doing readings, I am here with you. Okay? All right. Let's see. Deep breath. All right, deep breath. I'm still feeling that. I'm still feeling the deep breath, okay? All right, there we go. Two of Swords underneath. Five of Pentacles. This can be why a lot of you are feeling that anxiety right now. I see that Five of Pentacles going on. Lover's energy. Page of Swords. Hanged Man. Four of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. You see? You like that progression? The Five of Pentacles. Ooh, totally worried about money and stability and all of that. Releasing the Hanged Man here, stepping into 10 of Pentacles, which is sustainable, okay? Sustainable. Devil energy, Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so this is actually very similar to what I was just talking about, which is the rumination, you know, the internal dialogue that you have and, you know, rolling it around in your head, doing things that are possibly hurtful to you because you're like, oh, why did I do that? I shouldn't have made that mistake. I shouldn't have gone that direction. I shouldn't have. And that doesn't help you. Okay? You can say to yourself, well, all right, look at how I chose to go down this road. This is what I might do differently. And then apply that. Okay? Apply it. Just thinking about it and ruminating about it isn't really helping. Five of Pentacles and Lovers, you always have another choice. You can always make another choice. And I think I said this the other day that, you know, when we have this kind of fixed idea about never making a mistake, I think a lot of people get paralyzed. They get very, you know, it knocks your self-confidence down. It completely shuts down your ability to assert yourself or your ability to be in your space. Okay? So whenever you can, whenever you feel yourself getting smaller, try to fill up your space physically. Just try to fill up the space. And that can sort of, that energetic little shift there can kind of, you know, take you out of that mindset. This is a mindset. Five of Pentacles is a mindset that things are happening to me, that things are, right? And I did say that fate and destiny do play a role in your life, but it truly is true of how you are receiving the information. How are you looking at things? Are you able to assess when something is an issue and go toward it and do the things you can to fix it for yourself or learn from it or expand from it from here on out? Can you do that? Can you make that part of how you look at mindset being connected to action? Okay. And I think once you do that, there is this nice Page of Swords here. So you've made a choice to turn a negative into a positive. There are no wrong turns. Okay, all right. So I chose to do this. It may not have turned out how I wanted it to, but is there something in there that you can take from it that was either a lesson or some kind of uplifting feeling that, well, you know what? I gave it a shot. Sometimes people don't give anything a shot and they just get paralyzed, right? I took action. That alone is something you should celebrate yourself for. This makes me feel like this is a shifting mindset. The Hanged Man and the Four of Swords. It's like releasing and healing. Whoops. Releasing and healing. Releasing from that mindset, that Five of Pentacles mindset. Like, oh, everything's going to go down. It's called catastrophizing. And if you've ever had sleepless nights where you basically did something or said something, and then you assume that this is the chain of events that are going to happen, that are going to leave you, you know, broken on the floor, everything you love is gone, everything, right? Like you see this one little thing as like pulling the pin out of your whole life, and then everything rolls downhill from there. It doesn't really work like that, okay? And when you have that anxiety, when you have that level of catastrophizing, this is how you're solving it. You're seeing things for what they are. You're realizing that you're learning. If you're doing the action, if you're approaching things and you're really looking at how you might make the next decision and how you like learn from that decision, good. You're good, okay? This says to me that will take you in the right direction, that Ten of Pentacles. this piece down here, the devil energy and the seven of swords, it's almost like, I feel like this is like you're sneaking away. Sneaking away from this guy, right? Sneaking away from that. Because he is looking, his body is going one direction and his head is looking in the other. And it's almost like you have two directions you can go here. And which one do you want to do? Do you want to go toward this energy of being stuck and not taking any action because you're terrified of making a mistake? Or do you want to stand up for yourself? That's the Seven of Wands there. The sevens here are sevens are a really spiritual number. And so this brings me back to this Two of Swords, which is that the answers are inside you. You know what you need to do. Even if you think you don't have the answer, you actually do. You actually do. And when your mind gets going, when everything starts like getting like the catastrophizing that I was talking about, you start really, blurring things together. Like this means that's going to happen, and I'm never going to get that job, and I'm never going to build a house, or I'm never going to get where I want to go. Just stop. All right? And I just want you to stop and just want you to clear all that out. I want you to do this. Hanged Man, Four of Swords. It's like, I don't know if you've ever heard of stop therapy, but sometimes, this was quite a while ago, I had a friend who was trying to quit smoking, and she would wear a rubber band around her wrist, and every time she wanted a cigarette, she would snap it. It would just be like, no, no, no. And same thing with thoughts. If you find yourself ruminating, you can just do this stop, right? Just snap that little rubber band on your wrist. It's just a little bit of a surge of energy to make you snap back into the present moment, because that's where you need to be. When you're living in the future, which is, if you're living through anxiety, you're afraid of what's going to happen, okay? And depression is about things that have happened already. So when you live in those two places, you're definitely not present. You're definitely not here with us. And so you can't get any traction if you're not in the moment. And that's what is needed here, okay? I do see Gemini and I see Capricorn here. I will pull some cards for any of you Geminis or Capricorns, or if you're dealing with a Gemini or Capricorn, I will pull some cards around that. But in the extended here, I'm going to talk about your great wave awaits, because presence, being present in the moment, whether you practice a combination of mindfulness and meditation, those two things together, and they're not the same things. Mindfulness and meditation are not the same things. There's also a lot of different kinds of meditation, and I'm sure over the next few months we'll talk about more of them. But this really is about standing your ground, being present in the moment. Be present in the moment. That's what's going to help you most. Okay? So let's continue on with this. If this reading has resonated for you, there's a link below. If you're part of our Pathfinders group, the rest of the reading starts right now.